How's that?
Oh, that's better, man. Welcome back, bro.
Am I in slow motion or am I?
We're just gonna kind of say fuck it.
Is that internet going all right for you?
Yeah. And it's a little. I said we just come in the force. You know
Let's just come in full force.
Let's just come in full force and just completely just come in space. It will work. You know what I'm saying? Fuck
Amen.
it. So basically, bro, even if it is, I can still hear what you're saying. But other people, it may just be the stream. It doesn't matter. But let's just say fuck it. Let's go.
Fuck it.
So basically, kind of bringing you on here today, talking a little bit about what caused and what triggered your spiritual awakening. We'll start with that question. What was really the spark, man, that kind of set you on this trajectory, man?
So I was raised in a Christian home. I was very sexually repressed, let's say that, right? Then around the age of 21, I met this woman who was just like absolutely sexually crazy. Like she was a real firecracker. And she kind of introduced me to that side of myself. And then we went traveling, and she ended up cheating on me, and it totally destroyed my world at the time, right? So I started to go on a little bit of a rampage. I started to like really step into my sexuality and just started seeing all these different women. You know, I was in South America at the time, so I was just like hooking up with all these different South American, and then it's like all of my religious programming started to crack open. I started to realize that the world was much more complex than just what I'd been taught, you know. And I started to experiment with psychedelics, became interested in psychedelics for their consciousness expanding capacities, started to take a lot of mushrooms. And as soon as I took my first dose of mushrooms, it's like I was directly shown things about reality that I'd never known before. I remember I was at this park one time tripping on shrooms. This was my first shroom experience, and it was Australia Day. It's kind of like a celebration we have here in Australia to celebrate the colonization of the country, which is, you know, it's quite controversial because the Europeans came here and basically genocided the indigenous people. There's many different accounts of how they did that, but one of them was, for example, marching them off cliffs en masse, like just trying to wipe them out, all in the name of Christianity, all in the name of Christ. And you know, they would take the children, they would steal the children from the parents and put them in schools and indoctrinate them with Christianity. Meanwhile, they'd just been like slaughtering and raping all of their people. So
Yeah.
I remember I was taking shrooms this one day on Australia Day, right? It's a celebration of when we came and colonized this country. And it's like the shrooms just started showing me what was really going on all around me. I could see all these different groups of people just like drinking and celebrating, all these like white European people. And yeah, we took Australia, yeah, celebrating, just drinking, getting drunk on alcohol, you know, getting under the spirit of alcohol, like tapping into that more debaucherous lower nature side, which alcohol connects you with. And I could see all these like tribes. Suddenly I could see everyone as these tribal groups, all these friend groups in this park. I was in this big park in Melbourne.
Yeah. I can hear what you're saying, but it's like, I don't know if the video, like when I post it, it'll be fine, or if it's just in this live stream.
Yeah.
Work.
What we can do, bro, because
I don't want to have you repeat, but you can just go on. I think it could just be the stream or some shit.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, I think you can just.
All right, I'll keep going. So anyway, I started seeing through the veil of illusion, right? I started seeing more into the spiritual nature of things, seeing through the physical veil. And that experience went on from that time. I started to just be able to see more. I could just see more through the illusions, through the structures that society has put on us as little blinders to keep us from seeing the truth. And that journey just continued. And then I got onto semen retention, and it's like everything accelerated times 10. Everything accelerated. The awakening accelerated, the knowing, the self-knowledge increased massively. And that's just continued up until this day.
Yeah, psychedelics do that, man. I can really resonate with you. What the hell's really going on, and just leaves that fucking ripple effect, man. But part of that, one thing I'd like to ask you, man, for a lot of our audience here, man, like semen retention and what really got you on your fitness workout. I noticed in your early videos, man, that you kind of went through this massive bulk. What kind of triggered that? What can you give us on that? Like for those that are trying to use this, spiritual energy, like what really made you be like, you know what, I'm gonna get in fucking shape. I'm gonna get this mass, right? I'm not gonna be a little bitch anymore, right?
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of guys who get into spirituality, they end up becoming really skinny and weak and doing lots of yoga and meditation, and that's cool. But they miss out on this whole side of themselves, this masculine side, right? And being spiritual, being in your higher chakras is great, but if you're not connected to your lower chakras, you don't have any real power. You just have a lot of theories and a lot of nice ideas. So, I went vegan, went vegetarian, became super skinny, became weak. At my lowest, I was like 70. I think I was probably like 70 kilos, maybe 75 kilos. That's like 100. It's like 160, 170 pounds, maybe. Um, but yeah, I was super skinny, super weak, and I was super emotional too, really emotional. And I realized, like, as a man, I need to be connected to I need to open up all the chakras. I need to be connected to the physical plane as well as the ether. And so I started to go carnivore. I started eating more meat. Immediately felt better when I started eating more animal protein and animal fat. It's like my brain started to balance, my nervous system, my neurochemistry started to balance.
Right.
But then I also realized if you just eat meat, at least this was my experience, if I only ate meat, I was still skinny. I gained a bit of muscle, but I was still pretty skinny. And I started looking like, are there any carnivore bodybuilders? Started looking, searching on Instagram, YouTube, and the guys who are just like purely carnivore, they're not actually that big. Many of them are strong. Many of them have okay physiques, but they're not really big. And I wanted to be big. I just always felt like as a man, I need to be as powerful as possible. That doesn't necessarily mean you have to be big, but for me, that's what it means. I want to have some mass. I want to have some size. So on semen retention, I would start eating like, sometimes I would eat 2 kilos of sweet potato per day. Is that freezing up? Yeah. Yeah.
Freezing
Sometimes
up
I would eat
on your end, like
2 kilos of sweet potato per day. That's like 5 pounds of sweet potato almost per day. I would eat
damn, man.
I would eat 1.5 kilos of red meat. I would just buy like a roast shoulder of cow and just eat that each day. Really, really rare, like very rare. And I would eat almost a whole block of butter per day. Just chop it up and put it in the sweet potato and mash it all up. And I just started doing that religiously every single day. And in 3 months, I gained 30 kilograms, which is about, I think that's like 65 pounds in 3 months. And I felt a lot better. I felt having that extra mass, having that extra
Damn.
mass, it gives you a feeling of groundedness. It gives you a feeling of weight of gravity as a man.
Comments, you guys can see this clearly.
You can't see? Can you hear me? Yeah. Oh, this is annoying, bro. But look, my last option is I could fully move location, but I'd have to drive. Yeah. We got to do this properly, for sure.
They're like slow motion. I don't want you to have to
Yeah.
repeat yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Let's all right. If you give me 20 minutes, I'm going to move locations. Nah, you're freezing for me too.
My phone is overheating or something, bro.
Can you usually do? Yeah. Yeah, let's hang up and restart.
Text me in the convo, with it, man. This is retard mode.
Yeah, this is happening for a reason. We're going to go deep on this call.
This shit, damn, my phone is like